Hey guys, Tad here from Attack of the Killer podcast with a Patreon exclusive bonus video. As always, thanks for subscribing to our Patreon. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for just supporting us in general. Every like, share, comment, anything means the world to us. So without further ado, I have another video. I know you're probably getting sick of me now, but I just keep getting stuff in the mail. So you're going to have to keep watching, I guess. So this is sort of fun. I got a big cardboard box on the front porch today when I came home from work. You can see the return address is Universal Online Store, Orlando, Florida. Now, if you've watched some of my video highlights from Universal Studios Orlando, I go there every year for Halloween Horror Nights. It's sort of my thing. It's sort of our yearly vacation. That's what I'm just absolutely love doing every year. We save up for it and something, and we're hoping to go back this September. Fingers crossed. They just opened the parks up to AP members last couple days. I believe tomorrow's the first day they're open to the public. But anyways, that's who sent this, and you can see the sticker, fragile, handle with care. So I'm going to go ahead and open it and show you what I got. Hopefully, I'm guessing this won't be a whole lot of like packaging and stuff, but you never know. I'm guessing this is just a receipt, not like a letter of thanks for all the great things I've done or something. Oh, it does say thank you for shopping at the Universal Orlando online store. I've never actually ordered online from them because, because I usually like to pick stuff up at the park. I'm sort of sentimental like that. I don't like to have autographs that I didn't get in person. I'm not a big souvenir guy unless I got it at the place. Then I'm all about it. But this is something that I really wanted to get last year, but I knew it wouldn't travel well. And they're sort of pricey at Halloween Horror Nights, at least some of this. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. And there is quite a bit of tape here, and bubble wrap. You can probably already start to tell what this is just through the shape and the amount of packaging. But it's something I sort of collect, but the prices on these were just too good to pass up. They had several varieties, and I really am kicking myself now for not grabbing the others while they were up, because now they're gone. But here's Universal Studios did retro cups last year because the theme was 80s. And if you remember, like I do in the 80s and 90s, a big promo piece for films and TV shows were the collectible glasses. And one of the things you could do was like, you'd order from Pizza Hut or go to McDonald's or something, pay a little extra, and you get a collectible glass that's exclusive to there, and it had a really cool hand-drawn painted artwork on the glass. So what Horror Nights did for Universal Studios did for Horror Nights this year was they did the big properties. So they did this one, which is Ghostbusters. You can see Slimer, Stay Puft, has, Zool, has the Ghostbusters logo. Just really cool Gozer. Yeah, how cool is that? And they did a bunch of these, and why I'm saying I'm kicking myself, so you can see Horror Nights 2019, is that they put these up on their website for $5 each last week. And I had a Killer Clowns one in my cart, because they made a Killer Clowns from Outer Space one. They made a Stranger Things one, which I had in my cart too, because it was $5, but I'm not that sad about missing that one. They did a Universal Monsters one, which must have sold out at the actual event, sort of at the parks, I guess I should say, because what they do, I won't bore you with too long of a story, but what they do is they put these up, right before Horror Nights or right when Horror Nights opens in the stores. I think they started at $15 or $10, then they remarked them all up at $15 because I think that was a little cheap, and then, like the last week of October, they mark them down to like $10 again. And then what they don't sell, they put in the Universal Orlando garage sale, and they have this big garage sale for AP members. And AP member is someone who has a year annual pass, is what AP stands for. So you can come and go all the time. So mostly Florida residents. But anyways, they do a big garage sale and sell off a lot of the stuff for dirt cheap. They put some of these online for $5. I was super stoked, and then I missed the Killer Clowns one, so I really hate myself right now because that one, the Killer Clowns one, is super cool, colorful. But I got 2 Ghostbusters, and this is the other one, so I won't bore you opening that on camera. It's exactly the same. I got 2 because they're $5, and I'll probably put one on display and actually use one to drink out of because it's $5. You know, why not? But I did get another one, and this one is not from Horror Nights. This is a new retro cup, if that makes any sense, or glass, I should say. But this is Universal Orlando's 30th anniversary, so they're releasing a bunch of really cool retro stuff with the original logo from the 90s, and yeah, it's like neon colors and bright colors and the cool old neon 90s looking logo, and so they're doing a whole new set of retro glasses to commemorate this, and they are doing that with rides that were at the parks when the park first opened. So I got this one. It's from Confrontation. It has the original, that's the logo I was talking about, Universal Studios Florida, before they called it, Universal Orlando. But really cool. It has the retro logo. It has the retro artwork from the original Confrontation ride. They do have a Kong ride now, but it's not. This one was really cool. Had a gigantic robotic Kong, and you basically rode in sort of like the monorail type thing, like a ski lift type thing. And Kong would attack you, and you could see the helicopters and the buildings. And just like those old movie cups, it has some wording on there, and I won't make you read all of it. I'll read it real quick. Confrontation. Face the biggest monster in movie history. King Kong is still on the rampage, and this time he's after you. 13,000 pounds of growling fury stalking the streets of New York, leveling skyscrapers, swatting helicopters, crushing everything in his path. You're so close you can smell his hot banana breath. A trip so treacherous you'll swear it's your last. Be warned, this time he wins. 1990. So, like I said, this is a celebration of the ride, but what I'm really sort of bummed, I'm hoping they go back up, because I, once again, screwed up. They put these up, and obviously Kong isn't the only one they have. They're celebrating 30 years, so they have Kong, E.T., which is the one I really, really want. I actually have the original E.T. promo glasses you've probably seen in a video maybe a month or so ago. And then they put out Back to the Future, which I obviously want, and Jaws, which I obviously want. But those are all the rides, and the only ride that's still there out of all of these is the E.T. ride. And that's because Universal Studios made sort of a deal with Steven Spielberg that if he allowed his films to be made into rides at Universal Studios, he sort of had the last say on whether they would close or not. That's the rumor anyways, and that if they, of course there's all kinds of stories. Like if he was to if they were to close the E.T. ride, they would owe him like $10 billion or $10 million, something crazy stupid. I don't think it's that far. I think the ride is still always has a line. It's the last E.T. is the last remaining original ride at Universal Studios, and it's my favorite. It's just so cool. I don't have any nostalgia attached to the actual ride because I didn't start going until 5 years ago. But yeah, these glasses are super cool, celebrating the original rides at Universal Studios. Makes me sad I never got to ride it. This was where the Mummy currently is, which is sort of funny to think that Kong was replaced with the Mummy, which is based on the Brendan Fraser franchise, and now that's more dated than Kong. Like, Kong is sort of timeless, so they ended up building a Skull Island type ride over in Islands of Adventure right next to Jurassic Park, and it's really cool, but I've heard this one's way cooler because that one is more virtual. They use the 3D screens and stuff. This was all animatronics and like a roller coaster type thing. But the main thing a lot of people remember about it was that they blasted like banana breath at you. You could smell bananas. And yeah, they've replaced it with the Mummy, And there's a lot of cool little Easter eggs in the Mummy queue. Like when you're lining up to get to the roller coaster, there's some gorillas, some gorilla bones, some bananas, stuff like that. Little hidden Easter eggs for those who remember when Kong was there. And I could do a whole Universal Studios video because they tore down Jaws and replaced it with Harry Potter Diagon Alley. And so there's all kinds of Jaws references within Diagon Alley. They replaced Back to the Future with the Simpsons ride, but they didn't really do much to it. Like, it's the same building, and they use the same, they spruce up the ride cars and change the video. It's a virtual ride, so they didn't really have to do much. Whereas these rides, they actually tore them out, and it's really sad. But you can go on YouTube and watch the videos. I believe one of the Back to the Future box sets had the video from the original Universal Studios ride, so it's on YouTube in HD. So yeah, I'm not going to bore you anymore, but retro glasses from Universal Studios Orlando, very cool. You can go online and just Google Universal's Orlando store. I don't think any of them are available right now, but I'm hoping that, I mean, it's not even the 30th anniversary yet, so we're hoping that they'll go back up and we'll get to order the others that I missed out on because they were up and they were gone quick. So at $10, these are really cool. I'm hoping I get the rest of them. So thanks for watching, as always, and keep listening, keep supporting, keep commenting. Let me know what you think. If you think this is boring, let me know. If you think it's awesome, let me know. I won't get hurt, but I appreciate it. Thanks so much, and see you next time on Attack of the Killer Podcast.